In this English pronunciation tutorial, I'm going to be answering questions that you've asked me here on the channel. So specific pronunciation questions that you've wanted individual feedback to, you're going to get them answered here, and that's going to give you more confidence in your English speech. So hello and welcome to English School Online, the channel that helps you to speak English with confidence and credibility. We focus on pronunciation and expert communication skills. As you can see, I'm in a beautiful location. I'm in India, I'm in New Delhi. I got here just yesterday and I'm going to be in India traveling around for the next couple of weeks at least. So I'm going to go through and answer a few questions for you now, and we're going to get started. First of all, thank you to everyone that's been commenting on the channel and asking me all these questions. Keep the comments coming, keep the questions coming, and that just enables me to give you individual specific feedback to help you with your English. So, Ikra Khan, thank you, you've been commenting a lot. And the question that you asked me is the K sound. Where is the K sound? So the K sound, the back of my tongue comes to the back of my mouth and it actually touches the back of my mouth. It touches the back of the soft palate at the back there. There's three sounds that come from this position in English. They are K, 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 G, 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 and The sound, ng, that comes at the ends of words like eating, drinking, they come from the same position, but with the sound, the airflow is coming out of the nose. With K and G, it's coming out of your mouth. So for K, I'm going to lean into the camera here. Can you see my tongue? How it comes up to the back of my mouth. The bottom of my tongue at the front is down at the bottom. My mouth is open, but if you can see the K sound, can you actually see the back of my tongue coming up to the back of my mouth? If you're having trouble actually feeling this sound, that's natural. There's not many nerve endings in the back of your mouth and the back of your tongue there, so it's hard to feel. If you want to feel it, here's the trick to make it happen. If you imagine you're going to say the G sound, G, as in gi, imagine you're going to say gi, go to say it, but stop when the airflow stops. So, and then you should feel the airflow actually building up in your lungs. If you can actually feel where your tongue touches the top of your mouth there, that's the correct position. K and G are a pair of consonant sounds, and that means that they're actually exactly the same sound, with the only difference being that for K, my voice is unvoiced, my voice box stays still, whereas with G, 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 it's a voiced sound, so my voice box moves. G, 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 K, 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 My tongue is in exactly the same position for these three sounds. So Ikra, I hope that answers that question for you. The next question is from Chadi Hamzoui. I hope I've pronounced your name there correctly, Chadi, or Chadi. That's how I pronounce it in English, so tell me in the comments below if I've pronounced it correctly. And thank you, you've been commenting loads on the channel as well, so keep those comments coming. And your most recent question was, what's the difference between kɔːld and kɔːld? So that's a good question. If I say, I called you, I called you, I called you, look at my lips, I called you, I called you. I'm going from the K position, which we just looked at in the last question, K, 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 to the O sound, cool, 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 cool. So it's not a diphthong, I'm not going between two different vowel sounds, I'm just going simply from the K sound, K, 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 to the O sound, caw, 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 caw. And then you add on L and D to the end. Let's add on L next. Call, call, call. And finally D on the end of that. Kɔːld, kɔːld, kɔːld. It may be useful to actually break this word up into individual phonics and the actual constituent parts of the word. So you've got the D at the end there, D, and then ld, ld, and then old, old, and finally kɔːld, kɔːld, kɔːld. That's the other way to do it, okay? For cold, as in I'm cold, there we're going from the k sound, k, and then we're actually vocalizing the schwa sound. So then it's an o diphthong, o, and then ld, same as in the word before. So we've got the k sound and the l, d sounds at the beginning, at the end, which are exactly the same as kɔːld. So that's a really good example of a diphthong where the beginning and the end are the same, and it's just the middle bit that's different. It's exactly the same, but then we've got the diphthong in the middle, which is different. So I'm going to say kɔːld, and then I'll compare the two. Kɔːld, 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 kɔːld. So what I'm doing is I'm making the k sound, k, and then I'm going straight into the schwa sound, ko, ko, ko. When I make the k sound, and you may have noticed this when I answered the previous question, my lips are actually in the schwa position, k. So all I'm doing then is I'm holding the schwa for a bit longer, k, instead of ko, k, kɔːld, kɔːld, kɔːld. Okay, so the difference is this. Kɔːld is k straight to o vowel sound. Kɔːld is k, hold the schwa sound in that position, then go to and then ld. Kɔːld, kɔːld. I'll now just compare the two. Kɔːld, 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 kɔːld. So can you actually see there, in kɔːld, my lips come straight out, kɔːld. For kɔːld, my lips, kɔːld. They glide into a slightly different position, kɔːld. Okay, hope that answers the question. The next question from Rabbi Motar. Thank you, Rabbi. You're commenting a lot on the channel as well, so keep the comments coming. How do we pronounce the word which you've spelt O-U-R, as in our microphone, our stuff, things like that, okay? There's actually two pronunciations for this in English, okay? So our, as in this here is our water, okay? This here is our water. Or the other way you could say it is ah, and that's just simply the R vowel sound in English, the long English vowel sound R. Both are correct. So I could say, this is our water. If someone said, whose water is this? I could say it's our water. I could also correctly say, it's our water. It's our water. If you look this up in the Cambridge Dictionary, you'll see these two spellings. And what you'll see is that spelling one, R, the easy pronunciation for it is just R, okay? The other pronunciation is actually a triphthong, which means it's made up of three vowel sounds together. So what you've got is a, u, a, u, a, u, a, u, a, u, a, ow, okay? A, u, a, hour, and then at native speed, hour. That's also the same pronunciation of the word 1 hour, 2 hour, okay? I hope I've pronounced this next name correctly. Bin Newgan, thanks for commenting. Your question was, a sounds similar to R, is that correct? So the only difference here, a, R, one is a short vowel sound, a, and R, as in car, is slightly different. It's a long vowel sound, R, a. And can you see how my lips are in a different position? A, ka, R, car, ta, ta, ha, 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 ha. It's very important to be aware of the fact that it's a long vowel sound, R. With any of these English long vowel sounds, if the phonetic spelling has got 2 dots after it, like it has in your question, that automatically makes it a long pronunciation, okay? So R, R, R. Okay, so they're 2 different vowel sounds, and it's very important to actually learn the difference between the 2 of them. A, R, A, R, A, R. Okay, so they have specific points to go away and improve upon. Ask any more questions in the comments below, and I'll be able to answer them in another Q&A tutorial like this. If you do know anyone that could benefit from these pronunciation tutorials, please do share this video with them to help them to speak English with confidence. Subscribe and turn notifications on for more weekly pronunciation tutorials that come out like this to help you speak English with confidence. Thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.